What's up, vinyl community? My name is Paul. Thanks for having me. I'm fairly new to the community. I've been enjoying all your videos and having fun getting into the hobby the past couple of years. I've recently saw Chris, Tunes from the Man Cave, his vinyl 2022 tag, and thought it'd be fun. I never thought I'd really get into making any of the videos, but what the heck, it sounds like fun. It was fun putting the list together. It's always fun showing records, so I figured I'd do one, see what you guys think. A little bit about me first. I've always been into music, at least the listening side. I've always liked collecting, and I've always wanted to go out and buy the physical copy of like an album I like. So vinyl was always in the back of my mind, I think, and it once it started to catch on the last couple of years, I really dug into it, and I've been heavily into it the past 2 years or so. So I've built up a nice collection. I'm kind of a hip hop head, tried and true, but I think that has led, it's got some ties into jazz. So, I kind of jumped into jazz, and I've really again dug my, sunk my teeth into it, and I've enjoyed it, and I've learned a lot the past year. So I've got a nice jazz collection now. So thought I'd show them off a little bit. I'm fairly new, so I most of my stuff's reissues. I've got some original stuff, but trying to get into finding some more of those things. I've got some reissues too. I put together a list the best I could, it might be a little long. I figured my first video, so I'll show. Instead of just doing one, I'll make it more fun, and I've got a couple doubles for each question, or a couple of the questions, so bear with me, but what the heck, right? So first up, favorite find in 2021. Had to go with this guy. Found it recently, a couple months ago, actually on Record Store Day, so I guess a month ago. Lee Morgan, Live at the Lighthouse. OG, Van Gelder stamp. Story about this one, briefly. My local record shop I found it at. I had been there maybe 2 months prior, digging through. They've got a nice jazz section, so I would go straight for that. And I stumbled across this in the bins, the Sidewinder. Now, I had to reissue the Blue Note Classic, which sounds great, but this is an OG, okay? And it's in pretty good shape. The jacket's not bad. Couple ticks here and there through the play, but I cleaned it up and it sounds really good. So I'm happy to have that. I was checking out, and I didn't even see this on the wall. Lee Morgan at the Lighthouse was on the wall, and the guy at the counter was like, "Did you see that?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, I'll go get it for you." He brought it over, and he was, I wasn't too familiar. I'd seen it before, but he was like, "You never find these, especially in that condition." And I was like, I was tempted, but I didn't want to spend too much that day, so I kept the Sidewinder and I passed. Lo and behold, I come back for Record Store Day, waiting in line. I get to the counter and get my titles that I wanted for Record Store Day, and I'm like, "Can you hold these? I'm gonna go to the jazz bin." So I'm digging through those again. I actually find another original Blue Note that I'll show in a bit. And then I happened to look up on the wall again across the way, and I'm like, "Damn, the Live at the Lighthouse is still here." So I was like, it's a sign, I gotta get it. So, I pulled it down, grabbed it, and I took it home, cleaned it. It's clean. It sounds amazing. It's it's pretty minty, to be honest. So happy to have that one. So a couple Lee Morgans, not bad. All right, favorite reissue in 2021. This is where I'm going to show a few, because it's been a great year for jazz reissues, and I've been making the most of it. So, a lot of them, I think you guys are familiar with, the different series. So I'll briefly show a few. Actually, first, I was able to snag and jump on a couple of the Music Matters stuff. Dropped, I think maybe it was last summer. So might not have been 2021, but got a Grant Green solid. Love Grant Green. I'm a sucker for the guitar jazz, so this one sounds awesome. So I snagged that. You guys know all about Music Matters. The Tone Poets, I've been hitting up on those a lot. This is one of my favorites that I've had. I love them all, but Expansions, McCoy Tyner, good stuff. So Tone Poets, jump on those if you don't have much of them. They're a great deal. They sound amazing. Was able to snag this one recently too, the Impex, Kenny Dorham, Matador. Impex does great stuff. I've got their Monk's Dream too, and it's, they sound amazing. They do good with the album artwork, their whole packaging. So it's good stuff. Recently, there's been the Prestige releases from Acoustic Sounds, so I've been jumping on those too. Acoustic Sounds does, Analog Productions. They do great stuff. Eric Dolphy, Out There. I like this one a lot more than I thought. I actually didn't even pick this up on the site. I got it in a trade. I've got, kind of a reissue, cheaper reissue of Out to Lunch, and I really dig that. Dolphy's kind of known for his, avant-garde, out there style, but I dig it. I like them. So this one I was surprised with. I love it. Excited to spin this more. I recently got this, so that may be on the platter a lot. And then more from Acoustic Sounds, the Impulse series. I've been snagging those. So Love Supreme, you all know this one. The Church of Coltrane. Love it. So all those are good. I've been snagging those up as well. So those are, I've been doing a lot of reissues, but hey, I'd love to fill in with originals as I go. But you can't beat some of those reissues that have come out this year. So thought I'd show some. Sorry, this might be getting a little long. So number 3, favorite new release. I thought I'd show something maybe a little bit more under the radar. Maybe you guys have snagged this one and listened to it. I've got to spin it a little more, but being a hip hop head, it kind of was in my wheelhouse there. Mackay McCraven, Deciphering the Message. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Madlib, and he did a Blue Note. This is on Blue Note as well, clear vinyl. He did a Blue Note title, I don't know, early, maybe 10 years ago, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Shades of Blue. Producer, he, sampling. This is a lot of that sampling. He takes a lot of tracks from, classic Blue Note records and pieces them, pieces them together and does a good job with it. It's pretty cool. So gotta listen to it more, but I liked it initially, so I thought I'd show that. That was a cool release. Saxophone-led session. Another tone poet, but this is maybe another one of my favorite tone poets. Dexter Gordon, One Flight Up. Great record. It's awesome. I'm sure you guys are familiar, but love it. Okay, let's see. Trumpet-led session. Got another Music Matters, and I got this in a trade. Unfamiliar with this artist, but it's Music Matters, and then I said, hey, I'll jump on it. Little Johnny Coles, Little Johnny C. I liked it. It's a pretty good spin. Excited to spin this more. I've been picking up so much this past year. I've almost just, I haven't had time to spend a lot of time with some of these guys. But first couple spins of all these, I like this one. So, all right, guitar lead session. Okay, I told you I'm a sucker for guitar. It might be my favorite jazz lead instrument, at least right now. This one, another trade. I got it in a trade. Didn't know much about this album or this artist, and this I love. It might be my favorite, one of my favorite jazz records right now. Again, gonna hopefully spin it a lot more. Maybe you guys are familiar. VMP did this one, so I have the VMP release. Sonny Chirac. Ask the Ages. A little bit more free jazz, spiritual jazz. It gets out there in some parts, but let's see. The second track on here, I think, is Who Does She Hope to Be? I think that's the one. Incredible track, beautiful. I love this. So I can't recommend this enough. It's getting hard to find with the VMP, and I think the original, I'm sure, is very hard to find. But if you've got a chance to check this out, at least, it's a great record. I would recommend it. All right. Piano lead session. I went with, this is kind of a Japanese classic, Ryu Fukuai, Scenery. I think this is on, you can't really see it very well, but more of a red marble, dark red marble vinyl, but recent release. They re-released it, but beautiful. All his stuff is good, really good stuff. Okay. See, organ lead session. Now, I'm going to show a bunch of these guys. These guys are awesome. You may have heard of them. If not, check them out, because these guys are funky and they can rock. Delvin Lamar Organ Trio. Okay, this is their more recent release, studio album, Cold as Weiss. They're on Coal Mine, so if you don't know Coal Mine, it's a great label. They've got all kinds of good stuff, funky soul. They've got Duran Jones and the Indications. They're a great group, and they actually Platinum Records out of Loveland, Ohio. They kind of they kind of own them, I believe. I think they have a recording studio above the shop. We went there just last winter, hit up Platinum, and those guys are great. It's a great shop. They have a great online presence, best customer service I've had. They've got good selection, and they've always got good records in terms of what they put out. So can't recommend the label or the shop more. So check them out if you haven't heard of either of them. Great stuff. Trombone lead session. Now, originally I was going through the list and I was like, I don't have any trombone, so I'm gonna skip it. But I was looking through and I was like, hey, no, I do have one. And this is a great record. I can't believe I didn't even think about it initially. Cat. Hiroshi Suzuki, I think is how you say it. Trombone lead. It's on gold vinyl. Recent reissue of this or release of this. Good stuff. Great classic record. So I think you guys are probably familiar with it. Classic Japanese again. Favorite jazz funk. I'm gonna show some Delvin Lamar again. They're funky. They get down. So I'll show some of their other releases. This is their previous studio album to the last one I showed. I Told You So. Okay. Great stuff. And then this is their first, I think they're mainly their first release live at KEXP. Good stuff. I think I just need their middle record there. Prior to this, I don't have that one, but got all their other stuff. So snatch them up if you can find them. All right, moving on. Jazz Fusion record. I picked two of those. You guys all know this one. Miles Davis, In a Silent Way. Love Miles. This one is a beautiful record. I was able to get this one. You know, I think it's just kind of a older reissue, but it's a good copy. Love it. Beautiful stuff. And then, you know, when I think of Jazz Fusion right now, you know, the big names I think of are, you know, Miles and the, you know, a little later Miles, and Herbie as well in that era, that, you know, that fusion era. So I grabbed Herbie Mwandishi. Okay. Awesome record as well. This is an original, I believe, on the Warner label. Okay. Awesome stuff. Let's see. Underappreciated album by an artist you love. Hard. Some of these were hard. Again, my knowledge is fairly new, so you guys may disagree with some of this. But let's see. Another Herbie. I love this one. Maybe not one of his more famous ones. Maybe I'm wrong, but my point of view. Tone Poet. But another great one. Amazing stuff on here. And you know, this is a popular one. I think I've heard people giving it a little bit of a rap, not musically, I'm sure, but more just the recording quality maybe. Undercurrent. Bill Evans and Jim Hall. I mean, you wouldn't think just a piano and a guitar, two instruments work so well, but man, great stuff. I love it. All right, moving on. Sorry if this is going to be too long. Live jazz record. One more delving to show you. I picked this up at RSD. Live in Loveland, Devin Lamar. This sounds great. It's a 2 LP on this kind of translucent pink vinyl, 45 RPM. It was an RSD release. Recorded, I'm sure, right above Platinum Records, and you know, good stuff. You know, all the delving stuff, like I said, is great. So pick that up if you can find it. All right. Supergroup. I was digging through. All these like Prestige, Blue Note titles have pretty, you know, awesome lineups. I snagged one of the new Prestige releases. Tenor Madness. So it's got, let's see, Red Garland on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, Philly Joe Jones, and Coltrane is on it as well with Sonny Rollins. You know, can't beat any of those guys. I mean, great lineup. All right. Okay. Got a lot of stuff around here, so sorry. Next one, favorite record, favorite artist as a sideman. So I got two of these. Both, actually, I just got one. Sorry. Grant Green, one of my favorites. Guitar, right? Grant Green stuff is all great. This is the other OG Blue Note that I saw at the local record shop when I got Lee Morgan Live at the Lighthouse. So, and I love this one. Lou Donaldson, The Natural Soul. I like all Lou's stuff, but the lineup's pretty nice as well. John Patton on the organ. This is funky. It's got some funk and some soul in it. And this was, you know, it's Van Gelder with the ear. Pretty good condition, you know, and I loved it. I was pleasantly surprised with that. Okay, album more people should know about. I've got two for this one. Again, some of you may know these, but you know, I figured these were a little less known. Just got this one the other day. VMP dropped them again. Had a few more copies, it looked like. So David Axelrod, Heavy Axe on timber vinyl. This is incredible. I was very happy I snagged this. Funky. It's got I think it's got Cannonball Adderley on a track. It's got Gene Ammons on it. Awesome stuff. Amazing. Amazing. And then this one is also great. A little bit more in that hip hop vein. He does some kind of spoken word, I guess maybe rapping you could call it on it. But great pianist from the UK. This is his first record, I think. Alchemist, Antiphon. Sorry. Good stuff. And I love the artwork on his. He has a newer release. I think he released last year, which is also good. But this is my favorite. Awesome stuff. Okay. Album by an artist you that should have been bigger. Okay. These questions were tough for me. Like I said, my knowledge of jazz is new, so sorry if you guys disagree with some of these, but I picked this up at Platinum too. It's Whistle Stop, and it's the classic series. The Classic Records copy. So kind of cool. Sounds pretty good. But Kenny Dorham, Whistle Stop. Kenny Dorham stuff's great. This is maybe one of his more famous titles, but I believe. But again, I had a tough time with those questions, so more or less I just picked some that I wanted to show. So vocal jazz. I want to get more into vocal jazz. I don't have a ton, but I picked this one up recently from VMP as well. Lee in Love, Barbara Lee. Good stuff, very relaxing. Great vocals on it. I want some of the, I want to explore that a little bit more, that genre, but I really like it. The other one I'll show with that I just recently got as well. My brother-in-law Drew, he's got a channel, Mayhem Kind. He pointed me out to this on eBay. He's getting into more of the private press stuff, which I would like to get into too. He told me about this and I jumped on it. So An Evening at the Rubaiyat, the Sonny Gray Quartet with Susan Gray. Cool artwork. Private press on Rubaiyat. I think they're out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. But this is good stuff too. It's cool. Pretty rare. I put it in Discogs and I was like the 8th person who have it. So, I just think that's kind of cool when, you've got music that not many people have probably heard. So, I wanted to show that. And 19, album not many people talk about, but you love. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people know this one pretty well. I love Donald Byrd. Donald Byrd is one of my favorites. He's always got good stuff. This one I got from VMP a while ago. It's great. I love the music. Fancy Free. And it's just that. I mean, it's got a little bit of funkiness to it here and there, but it's relaxing, it's chill, it's good stuff. So if you haven't heard that one, check it out. It's Blue Note. I mean, you can't go wrong, right? Donald Byrd. So love that. Okay. Down to the last couple. Sorry this is long. Record you hope to find in 2022. Honestly, I just want to keep, like I said before, I want to keep trying to get some of the more original pressings. Blue Notes, Prestige, Impulse, all those cool labels. They're getting a little pricey now, but hey, I think they're worth it. This is just the historical significance. The music sounds great. You can find them, even if they look a little beat up. Those Blue Notes, man, they're tough. They can, they still sound great. So I guess I want to find more of those. I don't have anything specific because I just it's fun to just kind of dig through the bins or go to the shops and stumble upon a gem. So that's what I'd like to find. new release or reissue you're looking forward to this year. It's not, maybe it's official, but it's not official. You know, I've seen some you know, some videos talking about Blue Train, the Tone Poet. There's going to be a special release, I believe, coming up soon, I think. So that's one I don't have yet. So you know, I've been waiting to find, you know, for a really good reissue, or obviously to find, you know, more of a later pressing. But this should be pretty sweet. So I'm excited about that. And then the last question, the tough moral question of, you know, if your house is on fire, which record do you grab? You know, obviously you're gonna say, you know, grab the wife and kids and the dog. You know, don't worry about the records. But you know, I guess I would just say, you know, those, if I can snag some of those original Blue Notes, you know, my Lee Morgan Live. You know, some of those older pressings, you know, I would just, you know, I'd grab those if I could, you know, just like I said, the historical significance. You know, they're getting harder to find. Some of the reissues, you know, they're good stuff, but it's a reissue, so, you know, I think, you know, you could find, you know, those again. So I'd probably snag some of the original Blue Notes if I could. You know, but that's a tough question. So anyway, thanks for letting me show some of my records. It's fun, you know. You know, I've been, like I said, I've been enjoying watching you guys, you know, show off yours, and I finally built up a collection where, you know, I felt like I could show off a little bit, maybe. But you know, we'll see what you guys think. You know, I may not, you know, we'll see if I make any more videos here and there, but I thought it'd be fun to do the vinyl tag. And you know, let me know what you think. But hope you guys, you know, get out digging on Memorial Day weekend, and you know, have some fun, and you know, stay safe.